Okay, so have you ever gotten really excited about a new product launch? The marketing's all set, everything's ready to go,
Oh, yeah.
and then bam, the packaging gets delayed.
Oh, it's the
It's like
worst.
a nightmare, right?
Absolutely. And it happened all the time, more than you think.
And this report on ESCO WebCenter, it kind of opened my eyes to just how much, I don't know, complexity is behind every box and bottle we see.
Yeah, it's like we only see the tip of the iceberg with packaging.
Exactly. And before things like WebCenter came along, it was even more chaotic.
Oh, way more. It was crazy. Imagine like designers, lawyers, marketers all over the world trying to work together on the same package.
Yeah, and deadlines, like herding cats, except the cats are arguing about font sizes.
You got it. The report actually calls it, what was the phrase? Oh, yeah, fragmented and manual, like crazy inefficient.
And that's costing companies serious money, right?
Millions.
Oh,
We're talking millions of dollars in delays and mistakes.
millions. Wow. So this isn't just like a minor inconvenience.
No, no, this is a make or break issue for a lot of businesses.
So it's a strategic weakness.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the report shows how much of a difference WebCenter makes.
Oh, yeah. Give me an example.
Well, one company said they went from a 12-week process down to like 3 or 4 weeks.
Well, Don, wait. They cut their timeline by what, like two-thirds?
Yeah, something like that. Think about the advantage of getting your product out that much faster.
It's huge.
And that's just one company. The report is full of examples like that. Faster, fewer errors, less waste.
So it's not just about speed, it's about doing it right the first time.
100%. And that's where this single source of truth thing comes in.
Okay, I've heard that phrase before, but remind me.
So before Web Center, everyone was emailing files back and forth,
Mm.
right? Different versions. Nobody knows which one is the latest.
Oh, a recipe for disaster.
Total disaster.
Yeah.
But Web Center, it's like, imagine you're launching a new soda.
Okay.
Instead of emailing designs around, there's a template for that soda bottle already in Web Center.
So everyone starts on the same page, literally.
Literally. The dimensions, the legal stuff, the brand guidelines, it's all there.
No more guesswork.
Exactly. And that's how they save so much time and money.
Okay, I'm starting to see it. But how exactly does that translate into those huge savings? Break it down for me.
Well, that's where things get really interesting, and that's what we're going to dive into after we take a quick look at,
The specifics.
yeah, the specifics of how Web Center actually works. It's magic.
All right, so we're talking about real-world examples, concrete numbers.
Oh, yeah, we're getting into the nitty-gritty.
Love it.
Yeah.
This is where the rubber meets the road.
Absolutely. So let's unpack some of those specific features of Web Center that make these incredible results possible.
All right, so we were talking about those impressive productivity gains. This web center sounds amazing, but up to 60% faster? Is that just marketing hype?
Yeah, I had the same thought. Like, come on, that's a big claim.
Right, so is there proof or...
Oh, there's proof. And this is where the report gets really interesting. It's not just like empty promises.
Yeah.
They actually break down exactly how Web Center delivers those results.
Okay, I'm all ears. Give me an example.
So remember those templated guides we were talking about?
Yeah, for each product, right.
Right. The report says that before Web Center, companies wasted a ton of time just getting everyone on the same page, like about the basics of the packaging design.
Oh, I can see that. Making sure the label fits, all the legal stuff, the color.
Exactly. And because everything was so manual, there was just email after email, different versions,
Mhm.
total chaos. And that's a recipe for delays,
Oh, yeah. And mistakes, probably, too.
big time. But with Web Center, because everyone starts with that same template, those bottlenecks disappear.
It's like pre-approved from the get-go.
Right. One company even said they cut 2 weeks off their approval process, just like that.
Wow. Just from using Web Center's tool.
Just from that, yeah. And it's not even just approvals. Web Center also automates a bunch of the other time-consuming stuff. Resizing images, converting files, all that stuff that used to take forever.
Stuff you wouldn't even think about.
Right. It's all done automatically now,
So it's like efficiency on steroids.
basically. And that all adds up to some serious cost savings.
Yeah, time is money. But give me some hard numbers. How much are we talking here?
Okay, so one company said they cut their pre-press costs in half,
Get out. 50%.
50%, just like that. And then there's another company that was using, get this, like 50 different software tools.
Oh my God, a nightmare.
A total nightmare. But they switched to Web Center, and now it's all in one platform.
Talk about streamlining.
Right. No more juggling a million subscriptions and licenses.
I bet their IT department was thrilled.
Oh, I'm sure. And that kind of peace of mind, you can't even put a price tag on that.
Okay, so we've got faster turnarounds, fewer errors, lower costs, less software.
Uh,
Am I missing anything? Because
Right.
this is starting to sound like a miracle.
Well, the cool thing is it's not just about the numbers. There's this whole other level to it, like a bigger impact that WebCenter seems to have.
Okay, now you're just teasing me. What's this bigger impact?
It's about changing how companies think about packaging altogether.
From necessary evil to what, like a secret weapon?
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's the potential here. We'll dive into that more right after this.
So we've talked about how Web Center can make things faster, cheaper, all that good stuff. But I'm really interested in this idea of packaging going from a headache to like a real advantage for companies. That's a pretty big shift.
It is, and it really shows how the right tools can change everything, even how we think about a problem. The report calls it going from reactive to proactive. I love that.
Right. Instead of putting out fires all the time, these companies can actually plan ahead, be more strategic.
Exactly. It's not just about getting the product on the shelf. It's about how the packaging itself can help them reach their goals.
So it's almost like the packaging becomes part of the brand experience itself.
Right. It's not just a container. It's a way to communicate with customers, build the brand.
The report had some great examples of this, right? Like companies doing things they never thought possible before.
Oh, yeah, for sure. One company said they used WebCenter to manage a huge change, like 300 different products, in just 4 weeks. That would have been impossible before.
Wow, that's incredible. Being able to adapt that quickly is so important these days.
Absolutely. And it's not just about speed. WebCenter also helps make sure the packaging is high quality every single time.
Oh, right, because of those templates.
Those templates, they're not just for efficiency, they make sure every package meets the brand standards no matter where it's made.
That's got to be a huge relief for these companies, knowing everything is consistent,
Huge. And that consistency means a better experience for the customer, too.
which is what it's all about in the end, right? And, we always talk about technology making things faster, cheaper, but this report really shows how it can lead to a much bigger change. It's about working smarter, being more creative.
Totally. It's about technology helping people do their best work.
Exactly. And that brings us to something for you listeners to think about. The report focuses on big companies, but could this same approach work for smaller businesses too? Could it even be more impactful for them? Something to consider. This has been a fascinating deep dive. Thanks for joining us.